Welcome back to Two Wickets Down. I'm Kunal.
And I'm Vasu.
It has been a while. It's been a while. It's We've taken a break. I think the IPL was on pause for a little bit. There's been some big announcements, but before we get into everything, how you been keeping, Vasu?
I'm good. I'm good. 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 Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Was on holidays for a bit. Nice to be back. Slowly getting back in the swing of things, and just in time for the IPL coming back. But I think before we talk about the IPL, even if we let's see if we even get to it today. We're going to start off with probably the news that's going to dominate the summer, especially with India coming to England for the Test series, and probably will dominate for a long time, especially on social media. Virat Kohli has retired from Test cricket. Did you see it coming? What was your initial reactions? Give me everything.
No, I didn't see it coming at all. For me, it's a massive shock. No, I didn't see it coming there. Not at all. I mean, we also had Rohit Sharma retire, but I saw that coming. I mean, like that was an obvious one, but Rohit Sharma, but Virat Kohli, this one was a massive shock because I think for me, Virat Kohli still had like at least 2 years left 2 years of cricket left in him. If not two, at least a year left, at least a year of cricket left in him. And especially retired, looking at such a massive series coming up just
Uh,
before that.
yeah, I mean, Uh, I think anyone who knows me personally in my personal life knows how much of a nut hugger I am of Virat Kohli. So I will say I had some tears. I can admit it. I did not cry, but my eyes were a bit, I was emotional when I heard about this. Yeah, I don't know really what to make of it. I think this has come out of left field. I mean, there was rumors after like the Australia series, but then obviously like you win the Champions Trophy, you do good in the IPL, everyone's kind of like all happy to go again. Um, but yeah, I mean, I personally think as a personally, and I don't, and I'm not saying this is because I think I will get into some like some of the details. I mean, what a career he's had before we get into some of the other stuff around like the
Oh no, it's been
retirement. Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. I think, in my opinion, probably India's greatest test captain, and it's not even close. I think he changed.
Yeah, no, it's not in debate, but yeah, I think he's changed. I think he changed Test cricket for India there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why I think this reaction doesn't happen if he doesn't do everything he did for Test cricket. Like, there's a reason why people will miss him, even if when he didn't have the captaincy, he felt like he was still like the main man on the pitch because of just everything he brought to Test cricket, and he was such a good ambassador for it for the sport itself, but especially for India. Like there
Yeah,
was that one person who kind of reignited the passion for Test cricket in India, and especially for young fans. Like young fans coming up, like you have like your young bowlers who coming up wanted to bowl in Test match because what India was doing in it. Like you had five maces in a row under Virat Kohli. You went and won in Australia. You drew in South Africa, I think, or you won in South Africa actually.
no,
You
no, no. They would. Yeah,
no,
they drew in South Africa.
yeah, and we never won in England. We drew in England, or we never. I think we lost in England every time, but we played England like winning in Lords a couple of times, like taking the last series in England that we had in 2021 to like the nail biter. Um, not losing Border Gavaskar Trophy for 13 years, which is insane to think about, considering that like we've lost to this same Australia team in like in World Cups and stuff. But yeah, I didn't see it coming at all, and I just hope, and I don't think that he would do something like that, like pure instinct. I just hope it doesn't become like a thing he regrets because I do think in terms of his game and um his fitness levels, obviously, like to play 5 days, I think he had it in him completely, and I have some interesting thoughts about it. Do you think he took the retirement, or do you think he was kind of
I don't
given the
know.
pathway to leave?
I don't think he was because I think if you read because I think there if you read some news as well, I think even Craig Buzz reported it that what was it that the BCCI wanted to reverse his decision and wanted to reverse his decision. So it's not that he.
I've also read reports that was a cover up that BCCI put because they were the ones who wanted him to go. Because if you remember, the early reports was that he was he was gonna be shown the way him and Kohli will after the Border Gavaskar Trophy and stuff like that. I personally think, um, I don't know how much you want to read into it. I have two issues with this. I have two issues with the media and the fans on this. And this is where I kind of like try to make my peace. As a fan of him, I want him to play Test cricket for another few years. But but if you look at the general talking cricket person and media, everyone after the Australia series was like, you got to move on from Rohit and Kohli. Like, give youngsters the go, right? Like, everyone was kind of harping on it. What I don't like anymore is whether BCCI made the decision of Kohli of saying, hey, like, you're not in our plans. Like, you go work, play Ranji, or like prove it that you want to play Test cricket and we'll let you in, or like, and I don't think so. He like has the time, or with especially family commitments and stuff. But I don't think so. Media and the fans should be saying anything to the BCCI. Like, if it is called, because you wanted him to leave, you wanted him and Rohit to like retire from Test cricket, saying just like it's let the youngsters come in. You've like Kohli has had an average of 22 runs over the last 5 years. That's his Test average. It's like he's had a horrendous time in Test cricket. Let's not get it wrong, but um, yeah, I think with Rohit, I didn't see a way back, but I think with Kohli, I saw a way back of him coming back into form, which I don't think so. He really thought about it. I mean, he thought about
Yeah,
it, but I
but
don't think so. Like he wants to like have that thing going around him. Because you know what? I think the issue with him is I think if he has another bad series, these rumors will start up again, and the whole media circus happens every like month with Kohli at this point, regardless of what it is. So.
I think it's Kohli. I don't think Kohli gives it. Kohli doesn't care too much about the media circus there.
Yeah, I don't think so he
Yeah.
cares, but I think it's also the media circus within the BCCI because I mean, I will see. I think was it Malcolm? Was it Ashwin? Ashwin said it on his YouTube just a few days ago.
Mm.
This is where the Gotham Gambhir era really starts. Like this is the moment where I think it really begins. Like like I mean I'm just trying to think of like where if I was to like this Australia coming I mean Australia this England series coming up in England is where and you can't judge Gambhir too harsh on his coaching because we didn't win under any captaincy or coach in England. But I want to see how we approach it. Do we still have that fight with like within to go for these games? Because you have no Rohit Sharma, you have no Kohli, like you have an insane task ahead. But I don't think what do you call it? Like I think BCCI and Gambhir and them have kind of had some play into it, like of having a clean slate of like this is where we go from here.
But the thing is, there was a lot of news that but there was a lot of stuff going on that like there's stuff going around in within the BCCI there. I mean, like within the team there, that everything is not all that all that good there. Which I sometimes which I can relate to as well, which I can see. But like if you look at the Australia tour, how things went down, it wasn't all that great. Like how the things were down there, it wasn't all
Australia
that
tour
great.
was bad. I will say, like the New Zealand stuff, I haven't much thought about it, right? Like
I
I
mean, like the
think
New Zealand series was really bad for Rohit Sharma. I mean, I thought like the New Zealand series, even
was
before going to Australia, it was one of the like I wouldn't say it was a final nail in the coffin, but it was just like,
I
but
mean
like
when the
it
man
was.
when the man dropped himself from a game in Australia, being the captain, told you everything you needed to know about like
He wasn't. I don't think he dropped himself. I think he was just kind. I think it was just kind of told by
uh
the
yeah, but you know what
BCCI
I mean,
and the
Lasso. But
management.
he's
Like you're not
captain.
gonna
Like
play. Yeah,
in India, if you're
yeah,
captain,
yeah.
you can get your way pretty much at times. But
Yeah,
maybe not
but that
anymore.
Australia tour, so there was a lot of stuff that happened where I think like the pair, where I think like all the senior players were just too happy with like the management. Yes, come to the Champions Trophy. Yeah, they won the Champions Trophy, but I still think,
Yeah, I
that,
mean, I
but I
think
still
there's
think
like
that. but I still think they're still not too happy with how the
No,
management
I
has
agree with
taken
you.
place. Yeah, I
I
mean,
agree with you. Like, just let me, just one point, just the one quick thing about your management thing. I think there was the New Zealand series. I'm not really. I can't remember like that back what drama happened there. But the Australia thing, there was like some really bizarre things about Gambhir and his coaching staff that I like complete like an Ajit Agarkar selection that made no sense to me. You took Ashwin to the tour. But and then
exactly.
after the first game or the second game of the tour, there obviously was some conversation that like you're not in our plans, and then he retired. Like, why take him on the tour? Like it's okay.
Yes,
Like
I
you've
was going to
made
come to that.
yeah, that's like sorry, I was just trying to stick to that Australia story, but like that made
Yeah.
just no sense to me. Like, and I think like yeah, sure. You don't owe like these players. You don't owe these players much in terms of like, oh, you don't have to take him to England. And obviously, I think Kohli, you're not like he's not in your plans for the future, and you've like retired, whatever is going on. Um, sorry, my phone's ringing. But and that obviously has its effects. But you give someone like Ashwin, you give someone like Kohli, you give someone like Gambhir, you give them a farewell. And you know the funny thing is, if you really think about this, Vasu, is
Mhm.
Ashwin, Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli have not had a farewell match in a test match. They've all retired by an Instagram post, if you want to call it that. Like that is like such a bad side, I think, for Indian cricket that like these legends of this game have walked away from the game without getting a proper send off, really, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I don't think like Kohli is or Rohit Sharma is one of those players like who care too much about a send off, like or care too much about like one of those like a final or like a farewell game there.
But it would have been
I don't think like
nice.
they. Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice for as a fan there to watch it. Yeah, like to see it there.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
mean,
yeah, I'm saying
I mean,
like
like, yeah.
you owe respect enough to these players to say like, oh, like and it's that's just about communication. I mean, that was the same thing about I mean, what do you want to call it? Like this management. There is some issues
I
with
mean,
this
yeah, I was going to
management.
come back to the Australia thing, and then you said it before because I was going to come to the Ashwin thing, and you just said it there. The whole Ashwin thing happened, and then the whole thing of, and then the whole thing of like, and then the whole thing of like and the whole thing of chats being leaked, of like all the dressing room talks
Yeah.
being leaked. Like what was happening there. I mean, like you're such. I mean, it's like what was going on in the dressing room that was being leaked, and then you can see that. And then before Ashwin retired, remember that there was an image or there was a clip of Ashwin and Rohit Sharma. I mean, Ashwin and Virat Kohli sitting outside the dressing room for like I don't know however many like for like so many minutes, and then Ashwin just got up and hugged Virat Kohli and then walked away, and then that evening, then you got and then the news broke that. And then the
Yeah,
news
like
broke that
you could
Ashwin had
tell it.
retired.
You saw the retirement live of Ashwin,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah. So I
this.
mean, I don't think Virat Kohli was just is just not too happy with the whole management setup there. I mean, no, I mean like it's not that. I don't think it's not that. I don't think it's that he's not happy with Gautam Gambhir. It's just not he's not happy with how everything is going at the moment.
Yeah, and I think what it seemed like he's done is just he's made a decision and he's taken himself
Yeah,
out of it,
yeah,
and and sadly enough, that really technically means we see a lot less of him and Rohit Sharma now for the next years because it's either IPL or the few or like the two ODIs that India plays these days in the year.
yeah,
And but that's what it is. Uh, yeah, I
yeah.
mean,
I
just
mean, but as I think as but for Kohli, I think for me, what it should have been that because it's such a massive series coming up, and especially in the World Test Championship. I think what he could have done is just played it, and then there's this series, and then there's a series in South Africa. I think he could have just stayed on for those two series.
but
I think because he's such a massive figure in the team there.
I mean, like I'm not saying obviously in the I like you I mean
And just in the
you saw
dressing
the
room, yeah,
messages that came in from about like the presence on the field and stuff like that.
yeah,
But I mean, I'm trying to look at from like a non Kohli fan bias view. If you average 22 in 5 years in the last 5 years of Test cricket, like what I don't know if it's 22. It's somewhere in the 20s or 30s. It's not great for his standards, let's be honest. Like, is it to the point where, and I wonder if he feels like this genuinely. Does he feel that, like, because of his age and how much he has, is it better? for the team to suffer for a little bit, but have like these young talented guys come in like actually cement their spot. Like I
We've
mean,
got it here. So in the last 5 years, since December 2020, he's averaging 32 there.
yeah, sorry, 22, 32. That's what I meant. Correction. And I do wonder, like, just and the thing is, it's not like I don't think so. He has it in him. Like he had a century in Australia, which is funny enough because of how bad the series went. I think it's just the consistency that like is obviously lost, and that was what Kohli thrived on, of like being so consistent. Um, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think this really hurts India
Yeah. I
for
still think, I think it was still a bit of, I still think, I mean, as you're saying, as like distancing myself as like from not from a Kohli fan, just as in general, just a cricket fan, just as a cricket fan, I still think it was a bit premature. He could have stayed on for just because there's not going to be a new captain, and him now retiring. There's not any there's not a senior figure in that team. And
yeah,
like
yeah,
the only senior figure in that team is now Bumrah and KL Rahul.
Pant.
I mean, can you really
Pant.
count Pant as a senior figure now?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, but you can't though. That's a punt's been in the testing for
Yeah,
a while. He's been to
yeah,
four
but
or five
like
years.
I mean,
Jadeja,
yeah, I mean,
Jadeja
yeah, but
would
like
be.
Jadeja, Bumrah, and KL Rahul. But I mean, like Pant, as in like, I mean, like, but as in seniority, as in like, I mean, he's still like, I mean, on the pitch, he behaves like a child. I mean, he's still
Yeah, yeah,
childish.
but you
I
know
mean,
what I
like,
mean.
but
Like, yeah,
I
but
mean, when
I
he,
agree with you
I
in
mean,
terms of dressing room presence. No, so I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't think that that's true. I think Punt is definitely a senior figure in this team now for sure.
I mean,
Um,
as in talking about maturity and all of that. There,
He's
that's what I'm
mature.
talking about.
His game is not mature, but like he's behind the
Yeah,
scenes. Like I mean, you're not gonna count his sledging behind the scenes sums. If you're counting that, then
no,
Kohli's the most immature player
no.
on the
Oh yeah,
pitch.
I'm not. I'm still talking about like I'm still talking about like okay. Talking about Pant and Virat Kohli on the field there. Like I'm just
No,
you know what I'm talking about, the whole maturity thing there.
yeah, I get what you're saying,
You're
but
not, yeah,
I think to
exactly.
say Pant is not like a leader in this team at now he has to be because Gale. I mean, Gale's Rahul. I mean, Pant has been in the Test team longer than Gale Rahul has. If you're going by
Yeah,
that way.
well, according to the news, everybody, what the news is breaking everywhere, the Pant is going to be made vice captain. So
I mean, you know what? We were gonna talk about the IPL, but I think let's just keep with we'll do the IPL maybe tomorrow or on Friday before the IPL starts on Saturday because I think we can get into this. What do you think about the Test cricket for India now? I personally think it's a very bold call to make Shubman Gill captain. I personally think it's a super bold call to make him captain. I think, in my opinion, what is the issue with Bumrah being captain? People keep and
well, Bumrah has come out and said, I think Bumrah has officially said that he doesn't want to be captain.
okay. If that
Yeah.
is the case, then fine. But I think if even though he won't play every game in the series because we saw what happened in Australia, even though he won't play every
Mhm.
game in the series, why can't he be? I think he is obviously the choice for captain, and then you can make Shubman Gill vice captain because my issue with Shubman Gill being captain. He's had no experience of captaincy in the captaincy test. He's not been vice captain before. Like at least when Kohli got the captaincy from Dhoni, he was vice captain of the team. Like there was a progression to his captaincy. Um, and I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I think this is going to be really interesting for Shubman Gill, like in every way. Like if you just want to, if I'll get your thoughts on it too in a minute. Like his batting isn't the best in Test match. Like it's on and off. Shubman Gill. He's never captained before. He's a bit of a timid figure when I see him around the dressing room and stuff. He's not like in your face like Kohli is, and even Rohit Sharma. I know Rohit Sharma isn't as like Delhi as Kohli is, but he'll still like get in your face of just who he is. Like there's like auras around there's Kohli has an aura around him, Rohit Sharma has an aura around him. Shubman Gill as captain gives you like Bumrah has one too, but Shubman Gill as captain gives me like what am I expecting from his captaincy in Test
In
match?
terms of Shubman Gill captain, I mean, he's captained really well this year in the IPL. So, I mean, in terms
But
of
I could not
captaincy,
think of a more difference of a captaincy of an IPL and
no, I mean, like captaincy, I mean, just talking about, I'm just captaincy. Just, I mean, like what? Rohit Sharma was given ODI captaincy based on his IPL captaincy there. I mean, like
Well, I said, but Rohit
because of how
Sharma,
good it was.
yeah, but
And then
there's some like at least IPL
uh,
and what do you
yeah,
call
I
it?
know. I mean, I understand. I understand. Like, I mean, Shubman Gill is just given captaincy from all of a sudden not being captain of any format, and all of a sudden given
Yeah,
captaincy
you
of
get test
Test
captain,
format. Yeah,
and
yeah,
if there's one format of captaincy that is a lot like obviously there's like tacticalness in test match, but
yeah,
a lot of test captaincy is mind games of like trying to like outdo it. Like ODIs and T20s are such a short game that like it's all tactical. It's about using your players well, and test match is about that too. But a lot of test match captaincy is like just like I don't know, the pressure, the environment you create on that field for the day you stand. Like a lot of those things that aren't like written on a book that people don't teach you. And I'm hoping he obviously has like he's played under Kohli captaincy in Test. He's played under Rohit Sharma's captaincy in Test. So there's like a bit of that.
but there was also, I mean, I was talking to someone, I don't know who it was, but we were thinking like, why not KL Rahul? But then we were like, but the thing is, KL Rahul, it doesn't have like many years left in him, like because they're obviously thinking for the future, like
Yeah, but
yeah,
at least
because
in my
because
opinion,
they,
the
because
sense.
like
Go on,
the
sorry.
BCCI are thinking for like the long term future. And then the other thing is with KL Rahul, as a captain, he's not he kind of and then as a captain, his batting suffers a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who you make captain. One thing I would like to see, and I need to quickly check his age.
So I do think
I need to check his age quickly. Okay, yeah. One person who I would like to see come to the Indian team now as a bit of a figure to kind of like stabilize things is you're gonna know what I'm gonna say Shreyas Iyer. I'd like to
yeah,
see
I think he might, yeah, probably
yeah,
will.
I think he's 32. He's 30, so he's probably got like good let's say 4 or 5 years of cricket in him, at least before the 35, 36 age comes in India and everything goes up. I'd love to see him come into the test team because
Well,
if there's a captaincy I would give to someone, I mean, yeah, I think sh like
no, he's not
obviously,
gonna get it.
yeah,
He
he's
won't
not
get it,
gonna get it.
obviously.
I think they're thinking long-term future.
And
Uh,
that's why Shubman Gill is the only option they have.
and I wonder who opens now because obviously
Well,
It'll be KL Rahul and someone who will open the test match in England. Especially in England,
no, KL
KL
Rahul
Rahul will
won't
definitely
open.
open in England. His opening record in England is absolutely insane. He's like our best opener in England that we've ever had. He's like,
I think at the moment for the I think for the last so many years, KL Rahul has been our best player overseas.
yeah, yeah. So I think he'll open. I don't know if he'll open with Jaiswal. Most likely Jaiswal him and
Jaiswal,
open.
yeah, Jaiswal, 100%.
Or like, I think him and Jaiswal open. I want to see if does
But I
Gill
don't
want to
think they will.
this
But I
Gill.
don't think they will open with KL Rahul because
I
they
think
will.
they'll open with KL Rahul.
But they will just back KL Rahul down the order.
I think they'll open with KL Rahul for sure. I have a feeling KL Rahul and KL Rahul and Jaiswal should open. And then I wonder now that Gill has captaincy, does he want to come first down or does he want to come second down? Because now Kohli's gone.
I think.
Who takes Pujara's position? Who takes Kohli's position? Who takes Rana's position?
I think they will bring in Karun Nair now finally because remember Karun Nair scored at 300 and Kohli came in after in one game and then Karun Nair never saw cricket again. Indian cricket again. And obviously, Karun Nair had his Ranji season where he's had this most unbelievable season.
Yeah,
So
I'm just trying to get
so
to
I do so I do think Karun Nair will come into this team now.
I'm trying
So
to get an idea of who has it in them. Like who's like the captain, Karun Nair, like honestly, as a part of me has no interest. Is so mad at watching this Australia England series coming up, but another part of me, um,
no, Karun Nair is not going to be captain. Karun Nair is just going to come
no,
in
not captain, like who, like even just
at
interested. Like, let me finish. I'm just saying in the sense of like, what do you call, just watching it because I obviously like to watch a lot of Test cricket, and it would have been great to see Kohli in England. But now I think a lot of Indian fans are going to watch this series of like, who do we even play anymore?
so Karun Nair will probably bat first down or second down there.
Yeah, I think hopefully, you know, it's going to be insane.
Mm.
Last time India came to England, we had a solid middle order. Now we've come and we have absolutely no middle order. We have no Kohli, no Pujara, no Rane. First down, second down, third down, all gone within like this.
No, like people, do you see a lot of people? Do you see? I saw this Twitter post, and a lot of people are saying, people are like saying, yeah, भाई यही कर लो ना कहते हैं, and then people are like saying, "भी ये करना ना just for stability, just for a while on this England tour." I say people are saying, bring back Ajinkya Rahane just for this series.
He's not retired.
No, no, he goes bring back Ajinkya Rahane. See how he's playing on the IPL. Man is amazing so far.
Yeah, I mean, I just, yeah, I think Karuna is probably gonna come back. I think Gill's gonna come first down. Uh, um, yeah, but I think in terms of anything that in terms of, I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to figure out who, like, I think the gap. I think that you're gonna miss, like, I think, like, missing, like, not having the, like, a composed Rohit Sharma on the pitch, not having, like, Virat Kohli running around. I think India's gonna miss that so much on the test match field.
Yeah, yeah, obviously. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was saying. That yeah, it's just too early that they made a decision.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe we'll see. I think Kohli, from what I've read and from what I feel like has happened, I think he's been given a strong hand and shown the door of like, you're not, nothing they're saying, oh, you need to retire. They just said, you're not in our plans for this England tour. Like, go do something about it. Because if I was to ask you, what has Rohit Sharma and
What do you mean? Go do something about
like,
it?
go play something, because the issue was after the Border Gavaskar Trophy, they were told to go play Ranji. They played one innings, like two innings of Ranji, where they both didn't do much anyways in those matches, in those Ranji matches. Like, if you're being fair, like there are people who have put in more effort into Test cricket in the last few years than them two have. Like, that's just a fair
Mhm.
statement to make. Like, and I want Kohli to stay, and I think he should have stayed, and he still has it in him. But I think if from like the reason why I'm only saying this, if you're only thinking from the BCC's point of view of from for the future, you want like the talents of Karun Nair to come and like try them out before you say, oh, you're not the answer. Like, try these people out. Like, and I do think India's Test match this year, they will struggle. Like, I think India will struggle in test matches this year, but I think that's a risk you're gonna accept because you'll be like, these are like learning time. It's like Kohli going to England in 2014. He nicked every ball to Anderson that series. But but you try these players out in these situations. Um,
I mean, but Kohli's been doing that. Kohli's been nicking the ball outside
but
the
no,
off
but thing
stump
is,
for.
then he stopped nicking it, and now he started nicking it again. That's the issue. There was a time where the off edging रुक गई थी, and now the edging is back. That is what the
And the
issue
thing
is.
is, and the thing is, he's never worked on it there. That's the thing.
He's
That's
no, he
something he
worked on
that's
it.
something he's not.
He worked on it when he came to England in 2021. He scored like two double centuries, that like a double century, a century. In that, like, no, when he came back to the in England in 2021, he was like the only batter we had. He's the only one who made any runs, and he was
And like,
so good at not nicking the ball. But then he started nicking it again, and like, I
and
don't
then
know if
after that, but then I don't think it's. But then he's always, and then he's had that issue afterwards, and he's
yeah,
just never worked on it.
maybe he
And
has.
he's
I
just.
do, but that's my
But
point.
if
Like,
he
if
just
you're
had, then
be
it just never showed.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like you can tell he's worked on his spin batting in IPL because you can see the
Yeah.
results on it. Like, he's definitely like the guy reverse sweeps now. Like, who the hell would have, like, he sweeps the ball. Like, that's a big thing for Kohli. But my point is, it's just as a Kohli fan and as a cricket fan, I don't like this at all. I think from a BCC point of view, if you're trying to look it through that lens, um, I see why they might have eventually nudged both Rohit. I think both Rohit Sharma and Kohli were kind of like saying, you're not in the plans. I think getting rid of both of them at the same time is a pretty stupid move. I think you get rid of Rohit, you keep Kohli, you string him around for a little bit to kind of make sure the transition goes smooth. But
Yeah,
this is not it.
exactly.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
got like 10 minutes, like 5, 6 minutes left quickly on the IPL. Now that the IPL is starting up again, obviously after everything that's happened, some players are available, some players are not. Who do you think? I think I will just say this: there's an agenda against RCB. They do not want RCB to win this IPL. The three teams, RCB, Punjab, and Delhi, who have never won an IPL, these people don't want them to win it.
I mean, look, it's very unfortunate of what has happened there. All right, and then obviously you can't control of what has happened and what's. But yeah, RCB have struggled, and in that RCB have suffered the worst out of the lot there.
There's no Mitchell Stark for Delhi. There's no Hazelwood for RCB. Punjab are
I mean,
missing.
Hazelwood is injured anyway, so if that even I mean besides that, like even if the break hasn't even if the pause hadn't happened, like even if even if the strikes haven't didn't take place, Hazelwood wouldn't have played anyway. He had a shoulder injury.
Huh, yeah, I get it. Yeah, Hazelwood would have missed it. Hopefully Nagidi comes back a little bit. But like Phil Salt and Bethel need to come back, and Ramiro Shepherd and Tim David. Give me those four at least. Like, give me that, and I'll take it. Nagidi, I'll take.
Well, and I was reading somewhere as
Rajat
well.
Patidar was injured actually, so he might be back. Devdutt Padikkal is out for RCB for sure.
Dave, that particle is out. They've replaced him with Mike Agarwal. Phil Salt will play, and in terms of what do you call it? What's his name? Jacob Bethel, Liam Livingston, and Romario Shepherd. They'll be gone. Uh, they will be gone.
For the
They'll be gone,
playoffs.
but for the playoffs because of the West Indies England
Yeah, I mean,
playoffs there.
who? Ramir Shepherd and Phil Salt. No,
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 Bethel.
no, Bethel. So Jacob Bethel, Liam Livingston, and Romario Shepherd will be gone because of the England West Indies.
Liam Livingston, I can somewhat live with. I'm not happy. Ramir Shepherd is a big loss, obviously, because he was just getting informed right before the IPL took the pause. CSK come out unscathed. Doesn't matter. They're knocked out. You guys, Delhi lost Mitchell Stark and Jake Fraser, and unlikely to join, and Tristan Stubbs will be unavailable for the playoffs. Gujarat Titans got hit hard. No Josh Butler and no Rabada for the playoffs.
Yeah.
We can do a whole episode on Rabada next time, just for what's
Uh,
going on around with
yeah,
Rabada.
and then with another big hit for RCB is another big hit for RCB is what's his name? What's his name? Lungi Ngidi there. He'll
Nagiri
not be.
might be available, people are saying.
No, he won't. No, because he's part of the South African test
Yeah,
squad.
yeah, but like for the moment, people are only focusing on just trying to get the current squad back in.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Right. No, Gujarat have. I think Mumbai have a decent chance now because Trent Bolt is going to be back, and yeah, and then the only thing, yeah, and then no. They have Ryan Rickleton, Corbin Bosch.
And Will Jacks.
Yeah, so Will Jacks will be gone
All three of them will be
before the
gone
play.
all three of them will be gone for the playoffs.
Yeah, and then yeah, so Trent Bolt though. But I think with Mumbai they have a lot of Indian players, so they're fine. They're good there. Punjab, I think they're still waiting on Josh Inglis and Marcus Stoinis.
Um,
If they're,
Marcus,
I'm not sure if they, I've not heard anything about Josh Inglis and Marcus Stoinis, but
uh,
because I'm 100% sure that so Marco Janssen will be gone
yeah, for
before
the
the
playoffs.
playoff. And Josh Inglis and Marcus Stoinis, I've not heard anything that if they're going to come back or not. And Matthew Short, I think he will be because they did sign him as a replacement for Glenn Maxwell, so I think he will be joining them as well. For Punjab, Marco Jansen is going to be a massive loss.
Yeah, I think if I've noticed, I think it's yeah. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting game now because at least for the playoffs, for the team who finish top two, you either need like someone to like I think for RCB and all them, just secure the playoffs and then just see who you can string around and just make the team because the rule is you can allow backups, you can take backups available,
Yeah,
but you
you can
cannot
buy,
you
yeah.
but you cannot use them in the retention for next season. So
Yeah, yeah.
if RCB won, they can go get like a Cameron Green, like our
Cameron
RCB.
Green, he's part of the Australian
Cameron Green.
test
Well,
squad.
oh,
Yeah.
take him. Take Kohli's favorite bowler, Boland, who made him a nightmare in this in the winter.
Well, he's also part of the Australian test squad.
Oh, who's available? Take someone. कोई तो होएगा.
He's part of the test squad also. Who went unsold?
भाई मुझे तो उमेश यादव लगता है आते हुए.
Umesh Yadav is probably some part of some team who's not being playing.
Who's our
Do you know what? Jake Fraser is not coming back. So do you know who Delhi signed as a replacement? Mustafizur Rahman.
yeah, people are saying you shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like that's an unfair replacement. You replaced an opener with a
Signed this Mustafizur Rahman. Do you know why? Because Mitchell Stark is not coming, so they signed their bowler. So they couldn't say, "Oh, we're going to replace Mitchell Stark," because it was like, yeah. So and the thing is, Bangladesh are not giving an NOC to Mustafizur Rahman at the moment.
more politics. This is funny.
Oh,
All right. Anything else?
no, that's all. I think that's all.
All right. Yeah. Just want to say, great to be back, and please like this episode, share it with everyone, and just keep supporting us. That'll be great. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.